Ah, okay, there we go. Thank you. So it is really just like a video. It's just a video that went up. Alright then. Let me see. Right. Okay then. Zelda time.
Hello everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Okay.
First,
Audio,
I have some
good.
news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting.
They've gone gold then. That's nice.
Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like.
Let's play format? Alright.
Okay? Let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches.
The capture footage is
In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky.
still a little grainy.
You'll notice some land masses floating up there. We call them Sky
I thought
Islands.
there was there's some weird dynamic resolution thing going on there.
You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up? If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is.
I can actually recognize at least a
let's
little
use
more of
one
the
of
game.
Link's new abilities.
I can actually recognize some of the new
If you
gameplay
do this on
systems
the
now
rock that
because
just
I've
fell-
played some Breath of the Wild. Rewind.
Look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement.
Oh, that is.
Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky.
That has
closer
a
to the
lot of
Sky
potential
Islands.
for shenanigans if you can
Let's
use
use
them
the
on enemies as
paraglider
well.
to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too. I made it. There are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue.
Okay, so far
Oh, something's
most of the
there.
same base mechanics.
This is a
here.
brand new enemy called a construct. We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good.
Weapon
Quick,
durability
get
is
another
still a
branch,
thing.
And we defeated it.
I mean, it doesn't really bother me too badly.
Moving on.
Zonai charge.
We've now explored more of this Sky Island. As expected,
Isn't
fighting
that
with
like the
just a
weird,
branch won't get us very far.
Also,
This branch is almost broken.
the weird
So here's
precursor,
another one of Link's new abilities.
the weird
If we use this
precursor
branch and the rock over here, and do this,
civilization.
look, we can stick them together.
What?
We created a makeshift hammer. This is called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
Oh,
Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
that's kind of silly.
We're dealing with two of them at once.
Is that actually a workaround to weapon durability?
Oh, we beat one.
Might be.
The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability. You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range.
Wow, we Frank West now.
With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies,
that
and
is
we can safely attack from a distance.
that is pretty silly.
You
yeah.
can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory. For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies.
Okay, that actually looks
Very
like a
useful.
yeah. There's going to be a lot more
In
interactive
addition-
systems.
Let's see.
It's one of those big brain systems.
Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and... Look, it homed in on the target.
Oh,
Let's try this on another bird.
that's a little silly. I'm saying that a
I'll just
lot.
fire in that general direction. It's very simple.
When I say silly, I mean that in
Depending
a
on
good
what you
way.
stick together,
You know,
the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting.
like in the same way that you say kusoge
I fused a
affectionate.
mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... Attack!
We have
Even
sneak
if you
strikes
struggle
now.
with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods.
It's a new mechanic,
In the
right? Like
previous
there's
game,
no.
you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers. We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. Let's do one more. We'll bring this over here and attach a
This
third
really
log.
is nuts and bolts.
It's a makeshift raft.
Go
This is
figure.
another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them like this.
Gradius ship.
Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward. There's something here. Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind. Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it? We'll attach another one. This should make the boat well balanced.
This is a very Minecrafty approach to this.
Okay, they're
And
attached.
you know what? I'm all for it.
All right, let's try moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans. Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own.
That's actually really
There
cool.
are
Yeah.
all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game.
Depends on
And
how
depending
often.
on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them.
Depends on how
So,
often
try
you come across
crafting
these
different
things.
and explore this world at your leisure.
if they are like quite abundant, then yeah, this is gonna be a really
There
fun
are
way to
even more
traverse.
new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this. Look, I passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you. There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere. For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here, come on, keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill.
That's kind of funny looking, like you
In
just
the
no clip
previous
straight
game,
up.
you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example.
Hey, that's
Imagine
pretty
you're
cool.
stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right?
They're making it
Exactly.
so that vertical traversal
Oh,
is
there's another construct.
not as
It seems to be holding a strange weapon.
restricted, yeah.
Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan. Ah! I got pushed off! Oh well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this. It feels so good. In the
Okay,
sky,
I know
you'll be
that-
able to look out across the land.
I know the game isn't the
You can also
prettiest,
search for destinations
and
that
it's
pique your
definitely
interest.
straining against the limit of like what
Once
the
you've
Switch
chosen
can
your
render.
destination,
But
you can speed things
good
up,
God, how is
like
it?
this.
That is some.
Let's dive into this river.
The LOD on Hyrule is working overtime right
And
now
we're
for it
back on
to
the surface.
render all of that without any fog. Well, I mean, there's some fog, but you know what
There
I'm
are
talking
still
about.
so many things I'd like to show you, but let's leave it at that for now. What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too.
Yeah, they're
In this
teasing.
game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Okay, yeah. The new gameplay systems look very fun and interesting. But I'm most impressed by how like the game is rendering all of Hyrule and like not dying. So that's a very cool design. Although the game definitely isn't like it's not the prettiest. It's yeah, like I said, it's definitely straining up against the limits of what the Switch hardware is capable of. Yeah, damn, that is very pretty though. That is very pretty. Okay, yeah. But going back to this stuff there. So he got knocked off. Okay, where is it? He got knocked off here, right? So you could definitely. Okay, I think there might be some capture card shenanigans going on here because even the UI is a little bit like pixely. I think they just didn't capture the footage at a very high bitrate. Like you can see, the UI is a little fuzzy, so I think that's just the video bitrate being a little off, which is a bit of a shame. You think that they would make an effort to like make it very high quality if it like wasn't it's for a trailer. You want to capture your footage at the best quality, but yeah, you can see there's a little bit of fuzziness around the UI, unless the whole game's resolution is dropping. But this is the most impressive part. So there's clearly LOD stuff going on here. You know, that's the down here is the very low LOD model, but the fact that there is no pop-in whatsoever, they're doing some technical wizardry here. Considering that, yeah, you can see this entire area of the map is loaded, and then you look up, and then this entire area is loaded. Obviously, this is a very far in the distance low LOD thing, but they're not obscuring like anything with fog. Like, if you wanted to keep it safe, you could honestly just make an entire cloud layer that Link can't see through until you get low enough. But they let you just see everything. Yeah. So, I don't actually know how they're accomplishing this, you know? Maybe there's just a very, very quick culling going on. Like, as soon as you turn the camera, things unload and reload super quickly. It could be that. But it's very impressive nonetheless. Yeah, it's like unbroken. They do fog everything up a little bit until you get all the way close to the ground, which is clever. That's how you hide some of the loading stuff, you know. But get all the way down, and then there you go. You're in the high quality, like, this is the close range LOD stuff. Very cool, very cool. Alright, yeah, looking forward to the game. Hopefully we get to play a little bit more Breath of the Wild before the time rounds rolls around. We did beat Ganon, but it would be cool to see all, like, at least all the main story beats in Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom, I guess. So yeah, I guess that'll be the plan.